Okay, so we're back again. So this time we're going to try some harder equations, some two-step equations. So when you have more than one number to get rid of, you get rid of the number that's furthest away from the letter first. So I want you to think about it like this. I know it's a bit morbid, but this is how I want you to think about it. So if you were in a boat with two other people, and the boat could only float with two people on board, who would you push out of the boat? I told you it was morbid. So you're going to keep the person that's closer to you, your best friend or somebody in your family. You're going to keep them with you. But the person that you're going to put out of the boat is going to be that other person. Okay? So I'm going to have a look here and see how it works. So in this equation we have 2k minus 3 equals 7. Eventually we're going to get that k by itself, but we need to get rid of the 2 and the minus 3. So this 2 is attached to the letter. So they're like best friends. So you don't separate them yet. The minus 3 is going to be going first because that's further away from where the k is. So the opposite of minus 3 is plus 3. So we're going to get rid of that. And now it's over here as the opposite operation. Work that out on your calculator. 7 plus 3 is 10. Then, unfortunately, you are going to have to get rid of your best friend now because the boat's only going to cope with one person, and that's you. Okay, so the 2 is going to go. We're going to get rid of the times 2 by coming over here and dividing by 2. Don't forget, it gets written as a fraction if it's a division. Work that out on your calculator with your fraction key and you'll get that answer. The next one, 7y plus 8 equals minus 5. The 7 is attached to the y. They're like best friends. Don't separate them yet. The plus 8 is going to go first. So we're going to go over here and do the opposite of plus 8, which is minus 8. Work that out on your calculator and you'll get minus 13. And then we're going to continue. So we're going to get rid of your best friend now. He has to go. So we're going to do the opposite of times 7, which is divided by 7, written as a fraction. Now if you put that in your fraction key, it's going to give you an answer that looks pretty similar, which we're going to get to in a minute, because that minus sign up the top there, it can be written out the front, or up the top, or down the bottom, as long as it's only in one spot. So over here, the next question, c over 4 minus 5 equals 7. In this one, the c and the 4 are like best friends, because they're in the same fraction. So the minus 5 is further removed, furthest away from the c. So we're getting rid of the minus 5 first. So c over 4 equals 7. Bring that over to the opposite, plus 5. Work that out on your calculator. Then the next bit, you're going to get rid of your best friend. So the 4 is going. So instead of divided by 4, we're going to bring it over here and do the opposite and times by 4. And there's your answer. Okay, 2 more questions. So at the top here we have 5a over 6 equals 3/4. Don't worry about the 3/4, you're not looking over there. You're only looking at where the letter is. So out of the 5 and the 6, the one that's closest to the A is the 5. So we're going to keep them because they're attached to each other. This is going to go first. So the opposite of divided by 6 is times by 6. Just bring it over and write it there. Let your calculator do all that work. It'll give you 9 over 2. Now we're going to get rid of the 5. We're timesing, remember, so the opposite of times 5 is divided by 5. Now I know this looks messy, but write it just like that. So it's 9 over 2 divided by 5. When you do it on your calculator, so you don't have to keep pressing that fraction button, and you might muck it up if you do it like that, just enter it as 9 over 2 for your fraction, and then press divided by 5. And it will give you 9/10. The last one that we're doing is a little bit trickier. It's got the minus out the front, and I said a minute ago that minus sign can be given to the top or the bottom, but not both. Okay, so I've decided to put it on the top. So we're going to put minus 4k on the top and 7 on the bottom. The next bit we're doing is getting rid of our divided by 7, because the minus 4 is attached to the k. That's your best friend, we're leaving that till last. This one's going first. Opposite of divided by 7 is times 7. Work that out on your calculator. Then we come to here. We're getting rid of our times minus 4. by coming over here and dividing by -4. Don't forget to put it in your calculator fraction key, and it does come up with that answer with the minus out the front. But that would have still been okay. It had it at the bottom, that's still fine. The minus can be the top or the bottom or out the front. And that's the end of the examples. So have a go at your homework tonight and we'll see how you go. Good luck.